Okay, we're going to be doing a video on how to up pot your fig pops, but first I'm going to start with how to properly hydrate your soil. I'm going to be doing 5-to-1 ratio of this ProMix BX. That's 5 of these scoops to 1 of these scoops of water. Okay, 5 scoops of the mix, the soil mixture. This on the drier side, pretty dry right now in the bag, and then to 1 container of water. Okay. Okay, so five of these 80-ounce containers. You use whatever size container you want, as long as you follow the same ratio, 5-to-1. Okay, and as I add this water into here, I'm going to start spinning it. I got a paddle bit on the end of this. I got it at a hardware store, Lowe's. So I'm going to pour the water into this and mix it all up. Put it on a lower speed so it doesn't fly out. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to mix this just a little bit more. Then I'm going to let it sit around for maybe 30 minutes before I actually do the popping. So I'm going to take you inside now, get set up, pick out a good fig pop that I'm going to up pot. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're inside now. It's probably only been about 15 minutes, but I mentioned letting that soil sit around for 30 minutes. That's just because there's sometimes larger bits of peat moss inside of your dry potting soil, and it takes a little while for it to get fully hydrated, but it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Okay, so here we are. Hopefully you can see I've got this pure worm castings bag. Okay, I'm going to use some of that. I'm going to use some of this Extreme Gardening. It's mycorrhiza beneficial microbials that you put in around the fig pot. So there's a couple of things, or around the roots, there's a couple of things I'm looking for when I'm selecting which ones of all of these that I'm going to up pot today, okay? So you see that there's plenty of roots, and the bag has started to get a little bit lighter. I think that's because the leaves have grown. There's a bunch of top growth. The leaves are doing their transpiration, so the roots are sucking the water out of the bag, and this soil was hydrated the same way I just showed you. That's all. I'm not adding any extra water at this point. So this is a let's see, Judah Negrita. Okay, I'm about to up pot this, and I want to show you all the things that I use when I do this, and I'll make it quick. All right, so first I'm going to snip the rubber band off. I'm going to go down, looking on this bag, and see the least roots are coming down this side. So I'm going to and plenty of room to cut right here along the bottom. So watch this. I'm going to be super gentle. I mean, I'm snipping and holding this like a baby, okay? And there's a root there, so I'm going to kind of peel the bag away, and I'm not going to cut any of these roots. Be real nice and quiet while I do it, and careful. Okay, here we go. Up the side. I'm going all the way up. Okay, now, since I don't have my system in place, I skipped my first step. So I'm going to set this down. Watch this. Set this down nice and easy. Get my 4x9 tree pot, and I think Kevin Albee pointed out, I don't think these are 9 inches either. These are probably 4x12. I'm not sure. I'll measure it. But I'm gonna, okay, so I got my soil over here on my side. I'm putting like 2 kind of big handfuls down in there. I'm kind of packing it down a little bit in the bottom, just so nothing spills out of these bottom cracks. And then I'm really, first I should have done this. I'm gonna see the height of how big this pop's gonna be, because I don't want to bury it any deeper. And that's about right. The top of the bag is about right there. Okay, or the top of the soil root line. Okay, so now I'm going to open this up now that I got it cut wide open and I got my spot down in there. Let's see. Now a lot of this dirt's falling away, and that's not that big of a deal, but you don't want a lot of it. So some people are compacting their soil in their fig pots. I'm not. I don't normally have this much spill away. Another thing I want to do now, okay, I'm going to get a little handful of this worm castings, sprinkle that in the pot. A little handful of dirt right on top of that, just a little bit, since some broke off the bottom. But, you know, some of the soil is falling away. I'm going to set that down in there as easy as possible. Okay, get it straight up and down. I got like a 3-finger pinch here of this mycorrhizal powder. Sprinkle that around on the roots as best I can. Now I'm going to put a handful of soil down to stabilize. It goes around. Maybe one more. That was a half one. Then like a half a handful of worm castings. Just very lightly. Then I gave it a little shift here with my hand to kind of help it settle down. Now I'm just going to finish it on up now with some potting soil. Give it some taps like this. And that's it. I'm not going to compress the soil down like this. Anything more than maybe just the tips of my fingers just to level the top or something. But I'm not compacting anything. That's just the way I'm doing it. And now, before I go any further, I'm going to write the name on the side of the pot and date it. Just what I've done right now, okay? Watch this. All right, Judah. It looks like Judah / Negrita. J-U-D. Get down here where you can see me. Judah / Negretta. And then the date is, I'm going to put up pot 1/30/24. And that's it, okay? Then I'm going to let this sit on this heating mat back here with these other ones. The heat mat is set at 78 degrees, but I've got the probe going down in one of the pots, like right here, and it's not really up to 78 yet. I mean, it's trying, but it's nice and warm in the house. And then the light above it is this Spider Farm 1000 watt that I got off Amazon. I got 2 of those going, so that's how they're gonna sit in here for right now. Okay, so that's how you up pot from a fig pot into a tree pot. All right.